It's been 5 years since the glorious crypto gaming bull run that gave us Axie Infinity and all the cash cows and people made so much money. Now it's 2026 and they want you to believe that crypto gaming is dead. But that cannot be further from the truth. If anything, it's evolving and adapting, kind of like me. Look at this dual camera setup. Isn't this sweet? So this summer, what crypto games are we going to play? Well, there's fan favorites coming back and party icons. Some really good games from the past that we played the early access of, and now they're going to release, like the Beacon. Big prize pools like the $60,000 weekly from Immutable, and so much more that I want to share in today's video. So I'm gonna use my dual camera setup here to remind you to smack the like button in the face, and let's get this show on the road.
Welcome back to The Mind Blow Show.
My name is Tony, aka The Inspector, and welcome back to the Mind Blow Show. We're gonna begin right here with party icons. The pre-season is live, it's the open beta, there's no keys or any shenanigans like that, it's open, you can just get in. Now 10 months ago, I did this live stream of party icons where we were earning M&T and Ronin. So as I'm talking about it, I will leave this live stream to be in the background, and I think my coffee just arrived. Look at that, those are some skills. Thank you. They're going to be doing seasonal leaderboards, bounty hunts with the party pass, the diamond rush events, everything that you're used to if you played the previous seasons, the previous open alpha betas, etc. of party icons. So in that case, you will be very used to the entire system. If you didn't play it, just keep in mind that there's definitely a learning curve inside of this game. You can't just hop in and expect to be good right away. That's what we did. I was like, I'm a very good shot. I love to play Web 2 shooter games. I'll be amazing at this. Doesn't really work that way. There is a learning curve. You need to learn the ins and outs and the elements of actually playing the game. So I suggest you watch my party icons video from 10 months ago where I dived very deep into the gaming systems and everything else. Of course, after you're done watching this video. But other than that, there is money to be earned and there is fun to be had. With that being said, we move on to the next project. And some people hate the clapping, some people love the clapping. I'm personally a fan of it, so I'll keep it for now. Big news that Dropee is doing their TGE on the 27th of May. Now, this is a project we also talked about around 10 to 11 months ago. This is one to keep on your radar. You would think at first glance that it's a Telegram sort of game, but the real play is so much bigger because what they do have is a program called Dropee Create where anyone can come in and create their own Telegram mini apps. So that's what it's all about. Supposedly it only takes a few minutes to build one, and the bullish thing for me is that 8 apps are already out with 4 million monthly active users. Thing with Telegram is it's one of the biggest messaging apps in the world, especially so for crypto. So that's your distribution if you want to make anything on Telegram. Now, problem is a lot of people see AI slop, but with projects like Dropee, that can change. We can do something better, bigger. Creators will use a Dropee token to get more AI credits, and the more creators are shipping, more apps are generating revenue, more demand for the Dropee tokens. With the TGE coming so soon, it's one to keep your eyes on, and I'll be mentioning it more on the way to the TGE. Now, in other news, a friend of mine sent me this video. Someone tweeted, any AI coin with an active builder on base is popping off right now. They really cemented themselves as the Degens go-to chain. Dota Agents is my casual MOBA on base where AI agents can play alongside humans. So basically the way this works is there's AIs on both sides and they're fighting each other. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm bringing this up. First of all, if it's just an NPC, you cannot call it AI agent. A lot of crypto games do this, and I don't want to see it happen because it's misleading. So if you have just an NPC, it's an NPC. We have had this in gaming since the beginning of gaming. You played against an NPC, an AI, a non-playable character. This is not what an AI agent is. An AI agent, at least in my opinion, would be a fully autonomous NPC that doesn't have a predetermined code as to what he needs to do next, but he thinks of the next move himself. Now, if Dota agents have this, then I take my comment back. Then they have AI agents. But my point stands that a lot of crypto games use AI agents, but what they really mean is NPCs. Still, Defense of the Agents or Dota Agents, a clever use of a name. An interesting AI crypto-based game you can check out. With that being said, we're moving on to... Oh, sorry. Next project, we are going to talk again about Immutable because they are currently running a $60,000 weekly sort of prize pool tournament thing. It is with Immutable Play. You can play any game you like on Immutable and share a part of this weekly prize pool. So this can be quite a lot of money depending on how exactly they do the payouts. But I can see that one person here made over 1,000 bucks, another person made 400, and another one made 41. I reckon there's a lot of people who make just a couple dollars. So this is all relevant to how much time you're gonna spend and how well you do in each of the games. But the base premise of this is you play the games that you like on Immutable, you earn weekly points to rise the ranks, and you cash out. There's multiple ways to earn every single week, so this is something exciting for me because Immutable has so many games to choose from. If we go to the game section, here are the games included. They do say above that it's all their games, but is that really the case? I don't know. Either way, these are all the games. So from Medieval Empires, love it, great game, strategy game, Wilder World, Pocket Legions, Might and Magic Fades, the Ubisoft game, even Voxies. So lots of things to choose from. You can also go to play.immutable.com and check the list out yourself. Very cool that Wilder World and Medieval Empires have additional ways of earning. Medieval Empires had a lot of fun playing that game, but they had very little crypto side incentives for me to keep going, so I kind of stopped with that. But now here we are. We can earn the Immutable weekly prize pool by playing Medieval Empires if you're into strategy. Next game. Triumph Games keeps on shipping. And Legends of Elumia is something I had to mention at least once. We have had a great relationship with Triumph Games on the tokenized Discord. You can check out the links in the description, both for my Telegram group where I share news and updates, and the tokenized 360 Gaming Guild on Discord. But we did so many game nights in Legends of Elumia and all the Triumph games, but Legends of Elumia specifically has had the most interesting development cycle where they went through a bunch of different development studios and finally Triumph Games acquired them, and they're not stopping. They just keep shipping. They have so many great ideas for this. It's both for PC and for mobile phones. The current gameplay we're watching is for phones. Also connected to Immutable, so any Immutable rewards that you can find from the weekly prize pools to the Immutable gems they used to do last year to anything and everything is going to be connected to all the Immutable games, which includes Elumia. But on their own, they have their own NFTs. They have stopped the daily play to earn last time I checked until they figure out a better way to do it. Because the way the previous development studio did it is you buy an NFT and you earn as you play. There's nothing specifically you have to do. You just have to play and you keep earning more and more of their token, which of course sounds like a Ponzi and unsustainable. Yeah, sounds like that for a reason, because it is. Not necessarily a Ponzi, but definitely unsustainable. So they stopped with that until they figure out a better way to do it. They have all kinds of Immutable rewards. At the core of it, the game is good. The game is an MMO, and it's actually good. If you're a fan of MMOs, you will find a little bit of fun in this game at least. So, other than that, it's free to play, so you can check it out. Well, nothing to stop you. No entry barrier, no NFT. There are NFTs, but you don't need them in order to check out the game and see if you like it. Brief mention here to Sunflower Land. Oh, next game. Brief mention for Sunflower Land, because a lot of people in the videos that we do where I say, here's the games we're going to play in June, here's the games we're going to play in July, this is the summer games. Sunflower Land is always in the comments. I personally do not play this game. I find it's not my cup of tea, but a lot of people do play it. Also, in the Mindblow Lounge and Telegram, on the tokenized Discord, a lot of people play it, and a lot of people are earning with this game. So, on May 14th, Ronan tweeted, "Welcome to Proof of Distribution Sunflower Land," where they have actually said how many token holders there are, how many token transfers, how many lands minted, and over 260,000 lands minted is crazy. So, they are part of Ronan now. That's the home for most games, especially indie games. So, if you're a fan of farming and farming games as the likes of Sunflower Land, you will find enjoyment in this game. You will find some earnings in this game. There's a dedicated Sunflower Land tutorial that Freelander did on the tokenized YouTube channel. I'll try to leave that link in the description so you can check it out as well if you want to dive a lot deeper into Sunflower Land, because he explains everything perfectly. With that being said, next project, Hamiverse is another game that's going to come out very soon. They did their initial showing off at Comic-Con, which is super interesting. And if you buy one of their NFTs, you have access to the game. They do things a little bit differently. Could be a breath of fresh air in crypto gaming depending on how they do things moving forward. So for now, what they have shown off at Comic-Con is what their IP is going to look like. So that is the breath of fresh air I'm talking about. They're first building the IP, the brand awareness, then they're gonna go into the next phases. So they launched IRL, right, in front of 130,000 people. They proved real-world demand, and they're now building on-chain. 5-year vision to become the next Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a stretch. Whenever I read this, I take it with 1,000 grains of salt. You're gonna be the next Pokemon? Yeah, no one's gonna be the next Pokemon. So steady your horses. Let's for now be a good game, and then we'll see about the next Pokemon in 10 years, all right? Anyway, games, collectibles, novels, comics, animated video series, very, very ambitious, as you can see. What I want to see is gameplay. I want to see what the game is going to look like. And yeah, Favor mentions it here nicely. 75,000 for one booth. That is 75,000 that other projects may spend on some creators on YouTube and Twitter and so on, where they're not going to get anything back. In this case, they actually been to Comic-Con and they actually have all this footage to show off now. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool what they did. Good use of funds. Nevertheless, we're going to pay attention to this one. Please don't call yourself the next Pokemon. Thank you. Next game, The Beacon. The Beacon Season 1 is now live. Well, it launches in 2 days as of me recording this video, May 25th. So with over 7.7 BCN tokens allocated in rewards, and they always do this, they tell you the token value. We have no idea how much that is in real world money. So if you want to check out how much that is, we cannot, because the token is not live. I just did what everybody's gonna do when they read that tweet. They're gonna go to CoinMarketCap, they're gonna search for BCN, and they're gonna find a bunch of BCNs. None of them are the Beacon. You play for an airdrop. That's basically what it is. So anyway, we did play this game in the pre-alpha, early access, whatever you call it, 2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing this game. That's the main reason I'm mentioning this. This game has genuinely good gameplay, and if they do everything correctly with the whole economy of the game, they don't make it unsustainable. They keep with the weekly, monthly, whatever rewards, so people get at least the feeling of this being a crypto game, and with the NFTs and everything else, this can be a winner because the gameplay is there. It's actually fun. And I say that as someone who doesn't really like these top-down perspective 2D kinds of games. I had fun with it, so it's definitely worth checking out. That being said, that's what we're gonna play this summer, except jailed.fun. I ain't touching that one. See you next time. Inspector out.